Hello students. So, in the previous class we covered what is elasticity and what is price elasticity and factor determine the price elasticity of demand. Today we have to start with what are the different methods of measurement of elasticity of demand. The methods to be categorized like this. First one is to be known as the percentage method. The percentage method what we already study in the previous class. That means elasticity demand that equals to the percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in price of the product, or it will be nothing but delta Q upon delta P into P by Q, right. Delta Q is the change in quantity, delta P is the change in price, P is the initial price, Q is the initial quantity. That method we already completed in the previous class. Now, we move to the next method. The second method is to be called as the arc method. Arc method, or it is called the midpoint method. Midpoint method. So, what is that arc method or the midpoint method? Suppose if the demand curve to be a arc in the sense you know it is a part of a curve. The part of a curve means if there is a negligible change in the price of the product. Let for example, if the price and quantity, if you take the very negligible change, let for example, initial price is P1 and the P2 also be more or less close to it, very negligible change. So, what is the portion of the demand? The demand it may be more or less a straight line, but in that case it is very difficult to calculate accurately with the help of this percentage method. So, in order to calculating the term price elasticity, in that particular case if there is a minute change in the price of the product, then we have to apply the term what is called the midpoint method or the arc method. Let us start with one example. Suppose the price is 10 and demand is to be let us say 20. When price falls to the let us say 5 rupees, quantity demand increases to the 40 units of it, right. So, initially price is this, initial quantity is this. How you calculate the elastic demand with the help of this midpoint method? Now, formula for that is to be elastic demand that equal to delta Q upon delta P as such there, no change, but multiplied with the here is the midpoint, that means Q1 plus Q2 divided by 2 whole divided by P1 plus P2 divided by 2, right. So, we have to take this particular things delta Q upon delta P, we just change it, we have to show you perfectly delta Q upon Q initially multiplied by 100 and delta P upon P multiplied by 100 in this particular method. But instead of that we have to take the average of the quantity and average of the price. If you take the average of the price, average of the quantity, these to be cancelled, and what happened to the next bit? The delta Q upon delta P multiplied by, okay, you can change these two things also be. So, what happened to here? Change it, reciprocal of it, mark it. This is the Q1 plus Q2, okay. So, delta Q upon delta P multiplied by P1 plus P2 divided by Q1 plus Q2, okay. So, this is the method what is called as the midpoint method or the arc method, right. Now, putting these things, what do you find? What is delta Q? Kete delta Q achi, kete quantity change hoichi. Now, 40 minus 20 is to be 20 and price kete change hoichi. Now, 10 minus 5 is 5 multiplied by the price addition average bhariya or it just we already got the two, therefore, just add the price for the two things 10 plus 5 divided by 20 plus 40. Now, solve it. So, 20 upon 5 multiplied by 15 upon here is to be the 60. Now, here is to be 4 and this to be 4, again 4 cancelled, the outcome is to be 1. So, that means how you have to calculate with the help of which method? This method to be known as your arc method or is called the midpoint method, okay. Now, After knowing these two methods, move to the next, what is called the total outlay method or total expenditure method. Third one, total outlay or expenditure method. That means here we have to compare the two things, price and the expenditure. Okay, before comparing, let us start with one example. Price is, let us say 10 rupees and quantity demand is to be, let us say 20 units of it. Initially this is the price and this is the quantity. When price falls to the 5 rupees, quantity demanded increases to, let us say 25 units, right. Initially price is 10, quantity demand is for 20. When price falls from 10 to 5, demand increases from 20 to 25. Now, we already know how to calculate the elasticity with the help of your, that is called as percentage method, as well as the method what is called the midpoint method or it is the arc method. Right now, how to calculate the elasticity with the help of your total expenditure method, that is called the outlay method. Okay, tell me, at rupees 10, what is your total expenditure? आमे rupees 10 expenditure केते हबो? rupees 10 रे आमे किनुचे 20 units not called the expenditure. गोटे पेन रो दाम 5 टंका, 10 टा पेन रो दाम केते हला? We just multiply that one. Exactly in the same manner, when the rupees is 10 per unit, you purchase 20 unit of it, केते total expenditure हला? ना 200. Now 200 is the total expenditure, 20 into 10. This is the initial price, this is the initial total expenditure before changes in the price of the commodity. Now, at rupees 5, केते demand होची? ना 25, but total expenditure केते? Now total expenditure during that time period 25 into 5 केते होची? ना 125. This is the total expenditure in terms of rupees. So the total expenditure is to be 125. What do you find? When price falls from P1 to P2, total expenditure, is it increases or decreases? Total expenditure decreases. We have to comparing these things, price and total expenditure. By comparing the price and total expenditure, we can say whether the elastic demand is greater than 1 or it will be less than 1. Now, we have to compare 3 cases are there. The case 1, we have to check whether the price rise, that leads to the total expenditure also be increases. When price falls, that leads to the total expenditure falls. When there existence of the movement of the same direction, the price and expenditure they move in the same directions. एठी हमें देखो price fall कला 10 ରୁ 5, expenditure fall कला केते ରୁ केते 200 125. Price fall कला expenditure भी fall कला. किंबा आमे जेतले जस्ट रिवर्स कर देबा, price rise कला initial price is 5 ରୁ 10 को rise कला. When price rises, demand fall. Right? When price rise, expenditure also will rise. Market, when initial price is 5, move to the 10. Price rise kala, expenditure 125, move to the 200. So price rise kala, expenditure rise kala. So price rise kala, expenditure rise kala. Kimba price fall kala, expenditure fall korchi. When they move in the same direction, we can say elasticity demand is to be less than 1. एठी हमें कहबा elastic demand less than 1. Now move to the second case. In second case, we have to compare when there is a rise in the price, total expenditure to be fall. Inverse relationship. Here is a direct relationship, same relationship. When price fall, expenditure also be not fall, rather it will be increase. That means when there exists an inverse relationship between price and total expenditure, in that particular case, elastic demand to be greater than 1. जेतले आमे देखिबा प्राइस आउ एक्सपेंडिचर समान डायरेक्शन जाउथबे ईपी बढ़ुथबो ईपी बढ़ुथबो किमा ये कमिले ईपी कमुथबो ताले एठी हबो इलास्टिक डिमांड लेस देन 1 जेतेले अपोजिट डायरेक्शन जिवे जदि प्राइस बढ़िबो एक्सपेंडिचर कमिबो किमा प्राइस कमिले एक्सपेंडिचर बढ़िबो अपोजिट डायरेक्शन जिवो इलास्टिक डिमांड ग्रेटर देन 1 now move to the last case 3 in this case what you find whether price rise or fall price बढ़ू किंबा कमु but there is no change in the total expenditure remains intact there is no change in the total expenditure then in that case elastic demand equals to 1 so these are the three different cases are there to show the measurement of the elasticity with the help of your total outlay or total expenditure method. Now how you have to depicting this with the help of the graph? To depict it with the help of the graph we have to trace the total expenditure curve. On vertical axis we take the price but horizontal axis we take the total expenditure. Now the expenditure curve to be look like this. That means when price is P1 expenditure is to be E1 P1. When price falls to P2 expenditure also increases. When price fall mark initially expenditure this much when price falls expenditure increases right when price fall expenditure increases when price rise expenditure fall okay. So that means this to this portions what is the elasticity you have to calculate in the same pattern whether there is further fall in the price there is no change in the expenditure to be remain the same expenditure whether price rise or price fall there is no change in expenditure this to this is to be equal therefore this portion elasticity equals to 1 but in this portion of the total expenditure what do you find when price falls from P3 to P4 expenditure also be fall that means expenditure fall when price rise expenditure rise where there is a same direction relationship elasticity to be less than 1 when there is a opposite direction when price rises what do you find when price rises expenditure fall when price fall expenditure rises elasticity to be greater than 1. So this is the situation to depict the term what is called as total expenditure method. Now the last method that is called as the point method. Point method in the sense point method a point method I am going to देखिबा ना how to calculate the elasticity at a point on a straight line demand curve. Suppose the demand curve is to be here this side is the price and this is the quantity demanded and we take into account the demand curve is to be let us say S and T. The demand curve is to be ST. Now what is the elasticity at this particular point? So how to find the elasticity at this particular point? Similarly how to find the elasticity at this particular point? How to find the elasticity at this point as well as at this point or as well as at this point? Actually there is a process to calculating it. The point elasticity demand can be calculated as lower segment of the demand curve divided by upper segment of the demand curve. I mean lower portion naba upare likhiba divided by upper segment of the demand curve. Let for example suppose we take into account this is the point A, then what is the elasticity at this particular point? Now AT divided by AS, that means AT divided by AS, lower segment divided by upper segment of the demand curve. Suppose the point A is at here, let us say the point A is at here, here in the sense lower portion is this, upper portion is this. So lower portion टा कम अच्छी upper portion टा अधिक अच्छी ताले एठी elasticity केते हबो ना elasticity be greater than 1 हबो. ए केस रे कोन हबो धरो A पॉइंट टा एठी अछि ताले elastic demand कोन हबो ना lower portion is more upper portion is less, so elastic demand is to be less than 1. Mark it. Once again I need to show you is the price and quantity. Let us say this is the S and T. If you take the exactly mid of it, middle point, the A point is to be, let us imagine the A point is to be, we take into account as the first point. This to this is the lower segment, this to the upper segment. যদি সমান হয়ে যাব তাহলে কোন হবে মতে বতা, দুইটাকে যদি সমান হয়ে যাব কটি যাব ইকুয়াল টু 1 হবে। at the point 1 what you find, elastic demand equals to 1. Similarly at the point 2, এই 2 পয়েন্টটা কোন হবে না, lower portion is this, lower portion ছোট আছে, upper portion বড় আছে, lower portion ছোট, উপরে যদি ছোট থিব, I mean numerator is to be small than the denominator, what happened to the elasticity is to be less than 1. Similarly, if you take exactly middle of it, the third point, lower segment is this one, amara upper segment numerator ta adhika hoy jibo, denominator ta kami jibo, sethi pai at the point third point ame dekhiba elasticity be greater than 1. But what happened at this particular point, there is no lower segment e kichh nahi, that means lower segment ta 0 hoy jibo, 0 divided by anything, what happened na, at the point 4 elastic demand equals to 0. Similarly at the point 5 elastic demand equals to infinity. Kahinki infinity haba na, ei case re lower segment this much but there is no upper segment, upper segment is 0 hi jibo, anything divided by 0 kon haba na, elasticity equals to infinity. So these are the 5 different type of elasticity, we can depict it with the help of your point method, jani pahla. So these are the different methods to calculate the elasticity of demand. Now after knowing the point method, arc method, total expenditure method, percentage method, now after knowing the price elasticity, move to the income elasticity of demand. Income elasticity demand, that means E instead of your D demand or P is the price, we take into account EI, income elasticity demand. Income elastic demand means percentage change in level of income divided by percentage change in, sorry we just reverse it, percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in level of income. Means कोटा आगे change होजी, income आगे change होगा, okay, that the responsiveness change in the quantity demanded to change in level of income. I mean previous कौन कहते responsiveness change in the quantity demanded due to the change in price of the product. Price change कले demand केते fluctuate होचे, बर्तमान में कौन करचे ना, income change हले demand केते fluctuate करचे, right? So that is to be known as the income elasticity demand. But the point will be here, we take into account that the different type of commodities are there, हमारा income से ना change होचे, let price to be remains constant, income जदि change होची आमे demand केतेले बढ़ोचे केतेले कमेबा, कहार demand बढ़ेबा कहार demand कमेबा. We take categorize the terms whether it to be a normal commodities or necessary type of commodities or to be luxury type of commodities or inferior type of commodities. We take categorize them normal type of commodities रे कौन होबो, commodity normal अच्छी income बढ़ी गला तारा demand बढ़ुची कि नहीं. जदि हमें देखिबा luxury item कैसे देखिबा, luxury means जोड़ा में sophisticated items हो, like let for example car, your AC and so on, those things to be called as the luxury items. So say luxury items तारा demand बढ़ुची कि कमुची हमें जैसे income बढ़ी जीवो, income बढ़ीले luxury item कौन होगा ना, in this case elastic demand to be greater than 1, income elasticity to be greater than 1. In case of your necessary is to be, obviously it will be less elastic but it to be not, it is positive but very negligible. In normal commodities we should not increase the, I mean the demand more when income increases. Let us say तुम्हारा income बढ़ी होला, तो जो परिमाण रे तमे किणुथुला let for example necessary type of product, let us say तुम्हारा wheat हो, rice हो, oil हो, milk हो, जितनी किणुथुला सेती किणुछ ना अधिक किणुछ, very negligible, जदि भाई बढ़ुची बहुत कम परिमाण रे बढ़ुची, right? So that means very negligible increases, therefore it to be find the elastic demand to be less than 1 for the normal commodities. But inferior commodities to be positive होबो, एटी positive होबो but very कम, very माने positive होची किंतु बहुत कम होबो income elasticity demand, therefore it be called as the less than 1. एटी greater than 1 में huge amount बढ़ी जीवो, but inferior commodity कोटा there are let for example Sir Robert Giffen provide the example of the inferior commodity. The best one is to be the potato आलू प्राइस इनकम बढ़ीगला जितने परिमाण में पटाटो तुम किणुल अधिक पटाटो किण ना पटाटो किणवा बंद करदेव ना कम किण ओबियसली जो पटाटो बेटर ताको आम किणवा पटाटोर कंजप्शन कमेदेव. सो इन केस ऑफ योर इनकम इलास्टिसिटी जदि आम इनकम बढ़ुची कमोडिटीटा कौन अच्छी इनफीरियर टाइप ऑफ कमोडिटीज इनफीरियर टाइप ऑफ कमोडिटी थी ताले ये कौन हम इनकम इलास्टिसिटी बिकम्स नेगेटिव एटा नेगेटिव हो कहीं नेगेटिव हम ना इन दिस केस जार डिमांडटा कमी जाऊँगी बिकॉज ऑफ राइज इन द इनकम लेवल इनकम बढ़िले डिमांड कमी जीवो ताको आमे कहबा कौन इनफीरियर टाइप ऑफ कमोडिटीज. सो नॉर्मल कमोडिटीज लग्जरी टाइप ऑफ कमोडिटीज एंड इनफीरियर टाइप ऑफ कमोडिटीज राइट एंड नेसेसरी टाइप ऑफ कमोडिटी तुम जानिछ से आम तो बढ़िया दरकार नहीं इनकम बढ़िले ऑटोमेटिकली सेटा भी बढ़िबो बट वेरी नेग्लिजिबल माने बढ़िबो. दिस द कांसेप्ट ऑफ योर इनकम इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ डिमांड. Now move to the next bit, the last one, that is called the cross elasticity of demand. Cross elasticity of demand. Now let's say elasticity of demand of the product X. Elasticity of demand of the product X. How or is called the cross elastic demand. You can write down that EC also be like income elasticity EY or EI it am likhiba EC cross elastic demand means percentage change in quantity demand of the product X divided by percentage change in price of the Y. मैंने कह देखो गोटे प्रोडक्ट रो प्राइस चेंज होउची आ गोटे प्रोडक्ट रो डिमांड फ्लक्चुएट होउची. So both the product may be close substitute type of product, may be complement type of product. Substitute means one can be replaced with the other. Complement means we can think without others, right? So a case रे जदि price of the authority कम कोची ना price of petrol change हैला तार कार demand कौन हबो, right? Similarly price of sugar change हैला price of a cup of tea केते हबो. Because the cup of tea, to prepare a cup of tea consists of your sugar and tea. So that means both are the complement to each other. दिजन को परिपूरक दीटा दरकार सेम आई मीन गोटे जिनस कंजप्शन करला माने दीटा साइमल्टेनियस दरकार हो एंड को केस रे कॉम्पिटिटिव थिबो. लेट्स से द प्राइस ऑफ कोका कोला एंड द डिमांड फॉर थम्स अप दे आर टू बी सब्स्टिट्यूट फॉर ईच अदर राइट. सो व्हाट टाइप ऑफ थिंग वी टेक इनटू अकाउंट. Now while you're calculating the cross elasticity, definitely you have to take percentage change in quantity demanded of a particular product divided by the percentage change in price of the another product. While you do it, if we'll take the case of your substitute type of product, that means X and Y, they are to be substitute to each other, then in that case your cross elasticity demand is to be the positive. Cross elastic demand to be positive. In case of a complement, both X and Y are to be the complementary type of product. Substitute like a thumbs up and Coca-Cola. Complement means tea and coffee. Tea and coffee also be substitute. Complement means a car and petrol and so on. So these are the complement. Ink and paper, ink and pen, they are to be complement to each other. In case of a complement, cross elastic demand to be negative. In case of a substitute, cross elastic demand to be positive. In case of a complement, cross elastic demand to be negative. This is the way to calculating the term or judging the term whether the products are to be closely substitute to each other or both are to be complement to each other. Like in the previous case, whether the product to be a necessary product or luxury product or it is an inferior product, we can judge from the income elasticity. Exactly in the same manner, from the outcome of your cross elasticity, we can judge whether the product are to be substitute type of product or they are to be complement type of product. Okay? So this is all about what is price elasticity of demand, how to calculating the price elasticity demand, what are the different determinant of the elasticity demand, what are the different methods of elasticity demand like your percentage method, point method, midpoint method, that is called the arc method, total outlay method or expenditure method. Then we cover the term what is income elasticity, and also we start with the term what is cross elasticity. So, these are the different methods to judge the term elasticity of demand. In coming class, we have to start with the elasticity of supply, right. Exactly in the same manner, what is elasticity of supply, then how to what are the determinants of it and how to measure it, you have to show it one by one of it. Thank you for today. Thank you.